Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and don't know who I am, my name is Yasmin and this is my channel. So welcome. If you are new, please just take a moment and subscribe. If you would like to, you don't have to, but it would be greatly appreciated if you do. So in today's video, I'm going to take a second. This is going to be about my spinal fusion experience. I am 2 months post-ops and I am 21. I underwent L3, L4, L5, S1, and stabilizers in my pelvis fusion. So basically a 4-level fusion. And yeah, I don't regret it. A lot of people sit on these videos and say they wish they hadn't gotten a fusion. Well, you know what? I'm happy I got a fusion because I feel so much better. So before I jump into all of that, I'm going to go back and talk about my story, why I needed this fusion, tips I have for people that are about to have surgery, tips I think that were extremely important and I wish I knew before. I knew when I was about to have surgery. I went and I looked and 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 looked for videos like this and I didn't find absolutely any. So that's why I'm sitting down and making this video. If you're from my group, welcome. Our group's amazing. If you are someone that's going to undergo a fusion or underwent a fusion and want a support group, send me a message. I know a really good support group. So I will send you details to that group if you obviously are going through this and just need someone to count on, because the group of people on Facebook that I'm in that group, they're extremely amazing. So if you are from the group, thank you so much for watching and I hope this video helps you guys. You know, I wish this was out when I was gonna go have surgery, but it wasn't. So let me backtrack. So around early June of 2017, I woke up and I had this pain in my lower back. And at first I was like, you know what? It's just probably a cramp, whatever. I didn't pay much attention to it. I actually had a doctor's appointment with my primary doctor the first day I had pain. But in my head I was like, you know what? It's just probably a muscle, whatever, nothing too big of it. So whatever. I still had the pain a week later. I was like, this is weird. It's like, it might be a kidney stone. Okay, whatever. I brushed it off again. I was like, you know what? This pain isn't going away. And let me backtrack and explain to you what the pain was. It kind of felt like somebody had got in my lower back and like was just stabbing a knife into it like this. And it was just constant all the time. And I'm a preschool teacher. So having that pain there all the time and trying to deal with kids, it wasn't easy. Like I would get home and I was done. So the pain kept going on, kept going on, kept going on, kept going on. Around probably November-ish, I was like, you know what, let me go to urgent care. So I go to urgent care and they're like, you know what, it's just probably muscular. We're gonna give you a steroid shot. No x-rays, no test, it's just muscular, and they gave me a shot. So like, okay, whatever. Yeah, the shot made me feel good for like a day and a half. I was like, you know what, man, like this isn't working. So I go to my it's like maybe 2-3 weeks later, I was like, you know what, I'm still in pain. I make an appointment with my primary doctor. I was like, you know what, this can't be normal, this isn't normal, I need to see my doctor. So I got up, I went to the doctor and I sat in her office. I was like, you know what, I have this pain, it's what I just explained, it was like sharp pain. She goes, you know what, I think it's muscular again. I'm like, maybe, it might be my kidney. She goes, to rule everything out, I'm gonna send you to get an x-ray done. And I don't have those results of the x-ray on my phone. I do have the results of my MRI. So I was like, okay, she sends me to have an x-ray. So I go down, have my x-ray taken that same day. So this is in mid-November, around there. And then whatever, they're like, you know what? Okay, they did my x-ray. 2 weeks later, they call me from the office. And they're like, hello, Miss Perez. Yeah, you have this thing. I didn't really understand what she was telling me what it looked like. But she was, there's obviously something severe about it. And you need to go see the spine specialist. So I made an appointment with the spine specialist. This is late November. I didn't have my appointment with the spine specialist until early January. And then it got postponed to mid-January. So I didn't know, I was like, oh man, like I need to go see this doctor. My primary had given me lidocaine patches and what was the medicine she gave me? Starts with an M. I'll look it up really quick when I go show you pictures. So I was like, okay, whatever. She sent me that I was taking all of that. Because they sent me some pills at the urgent care that I did absolutely nothing. They were horrendous. I'm actually going to look those up. So while I was going and waiting, I was like, oh, whatever. Like, I drank the pill. The pill helped me a lot. Honestly, that controlled my pain a whole bunch. I'm so thankful for that pill. Because it honestly got me to where I was able to, like, deal with my pain. So I go see the spine specialist in mid-January. And I see him. I'm logging in. Give me 1 second. I should have had this logged in already, right? So I go see the spine specialist, and he is like, you know what? You have about grade 3 to grade 4 spondylolisthesis on these x-rays. He's like, I want to go the conservative route because you're so young. I'm only 21. You don't usually see this in 21-year-olds. He goes, were you in an accident? You know, no, I wasn't in any of that. I used to dance. But very like school dance, nothing like professional. And he's like, okay. We're gonna conservative, you're gonna do 6 weeks of therapy. And I'm gonna get more x-rays done. I don't see the necessity for an MRI. If it's stable, you know, it'll be fine. Because my first x-ray was only 2 views. So record. Sorry guys, I'm looking for the name of the pills. Okay, found them. No, just my health record. Oh, doesn't have my current medications. I don't have the name of the medication I used to take, but if I find it, I'll insert the name below. Just cannot remember it. Oh. I know, I can't. For the life of me, it's gone. So I go see the spine specialist. He sends me to have the x-rays done. So I go to get the x-rays done, and that same day, because in the same office they did the x-rays. So I went to go do the x-rays, and that night he calls me. He's like, hey, is this Miss Perez? I was like, yes, this is her. Hi, this is Dr. So-and-so. I need you to go get an MRI done. And I was like, okay, why? He goes, your spine's unstable. It looks like it moves when you're weight bearing. So because of the instability, we need to see a better picture of it. I was freaking out at this point because I already had started doing research because my aunt works for the hospital and was able to get a copy of my x-ray results. So I already kind of knew what I had. So I started doing research about what was on the x-ray results. So I started doing research about that, and I was terrified because obviously the surgery came up. I was like, you know what, I'm so young to get the surgery, whatever. So he goes, you need to go do the MRI. So I go and I do the MRI. About a week later, 2 weeks later, I have the surgeon's office calling me. It's like, hey, Dr. So-and-so referred you to our office. Please come in. At this day, they give me a date. I go. So this is Valentine's Day. No. Yes. Valentine's Day or the day before Valentine's Day? Let me check, because I clearly remember, because I know exactly what I was wearing to the appointment. It was the same, yeah, it was Valentine's Day. So I go to the office on Valentine's Day, and I was like, hey. She's like, look, this is my name, blah, blah, blah. She goes, my recommendation is to have surgery because it's only going to get worse. You're already in pain. We could wait a few more years because you're so young. But your healing rate would be so much better if we would do surgery now. So I was like, you know what? Okay. You know what? Let's do the surgery. So she's like, okay, let's do it. So I'm terrified at this point, like terrified. I've done so much research. There's so much negative around. I think there's a lot of negativity around spinal fusions, and I really don't know why. That's why I think a support group is extremely important to have before you go into the surgery. So she's like, I'll see you, do therapy, see how you feel after therapy, and then I'll see you again in another 6 weeks because I'm a preschool teacher, so I wanted to leave the surgery for the summer. So I was like, okay. You know, she sent me refills of my pills that I was drinking, and yeah. So I was like, okay, like I'm scared. Oh, she also sent me to get a brace on. Now this brace was extremely ugly. best way to describe it, ugly, 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 ugly brace. Disgusting looking. It was plastic, long, uncomfortable, horrible. So I went to get that bracelet and I never wore it because it was just the worst thing ever possible to me. I did my therapy. Therapy helped so much. I absolutely loved my physical therapist. If I do have to go back to PT, because I'm still not sure if I have to go back to PT, I'm definitely going back to her. I love them. So I go back to her office about 6 weeks later, and this is the beginning of, I want to say April. Yes, it was in April. So I go in April back to her office and we schedule my surgery date, which was for May 29th. Now let me go back to what my condition was, because I don't think I've specifically talked about it. I had grade 4 spondylolisthesis. Now I did talk about my MRI and I did not say my MRI results, so let me read off of that right now. I have that right here. And it says there was no problems until we have L4-5. And that said, concentric disc bulging, uncurvatable disc, but no canal or formal syntosis, as well as, and then L5-S1, uncurvatable disc due to grade 2 antherolisthesis on L5 and S1 vertebral bodies, but no canal syntosis, which is a good sign. There is severe formal syntosis, not a good sign. And it was bilateral. I also had an L5 vertebral body bilateral pars defect notice, and there was no paraspinal masses, which was good. There was some good news and some bad news with those results. As well as, and then this is like their L5 vertebral body bilateral spondylolisthesis with grade 2 antherolisthesis, resulting in L5-S1 bilateral severe forma syntosis. It's a whole mumble jumble of words. Basically, I had grade 4 unstable spondylolisthesis, which means it would still move. So we really didn't want it to keep moving, because then I was going to lose bladder, and number 2, bladder and bowel functions. So we didn't want to get to that. And that's why my surgeon also urged me to have surgery, because she goes, look, we can wait, but then you're going to have surgery to have these effects. And of course, as anyone would want, you don't want to have those effects. So we scheduled my surgery for May 29th. I'm here crying, like scared out of my life, because again, so much bad negativity was around surgery online. I didn't find a video like this talking about someone's experience from beginning to maybe their 2-month post-op, which is where I'm at, maybe even longer. I did find videos here and there, but there was no young people. So I did want to come on and tell my story, because I am younger. With surgery, you don't usually see it until older people. And also, we didn't know how this happened to me. I wasn't in a car accident. I wasn't in anything. So my surgeon thinks it was probably just congenital, or when I was born. We don't know, or maybe even a easy fall that happened. So honestly, people are like, avoid doing certain things when you're young to not have this happen to you. It can happen to anybody. Obviously, I didn't do anything crazy. I wasn't in a car accident. Nothing bad happened. But yeah, I still had to have the surgery. So we go to surgery. I do all my pre-ops. I do a CT. I do all my blood work. I get cleared from all my doctors. May 29th rolls around. I was so scared. So scared. I got to the hospital, I think, at 6. Surgery was at 8. I got in, so scared. Apparently I cried while they were rolling me to the OR. I don't vividly remember it, but I do remember like feeling scared. But I vividly remember me crying, not so much. I do though remember them giving me this new protocol called ERAS. If your hospital offers ERAS, I strongly recommend you to get ERAS. Ask about ERAS. ERAS. ERAS, not RAS. It is a new protocol. I think they started in Germany and now they're implementing it here in the States. I got my surgery done in Florida, in South Florida, so I did that. So what it is that you drink these 2 pre-surgery drinks, one the night before and one the day of surgery in the morning on your way to the hospital. And then they give you pain pills before surgery. I think they give you about 8 pills, and you get them when you wake up from surgery. So it was, and apparently that's just supposed to help with pain management, and it really did. I think it was an amazing protocol. So if they do offer that in your hospital, ask if they offer it, because I think you should take that. It really helps. I think it's enhancement something, but the code name is ERAS. So, and you also get oxygen tubes to like measure your breathing, which was good. So I'm on ERAS. They do all my pre-ops. I'm literally about to roll into surgery. So surgery was about 5.5 hours for me. They put screws in L3, L4, don't really see L5 anymore, S1, and then in my pelvis I have a picture of my x-rays to show you guys. If you're from the group, you've already seen these pictures because I posted them when I got to see them. So let me see. So that is my shot right there. I don't know how well you guys saw that. Zoom in a little bit. So as you can see, I have a whole bunch of screws now in my body. Not focusing again. As well as 3 scars, but you know something? I say my scars make me beautiful. They make me who I am today, and I'm not scared to show off my scars. As well as now I wear my beautiful new best friend, Pinocchio. This was not my uncomfortable brace. So surgery went well. They were able to do what they were gonna do. Surgery was supposed to be about 9 hours, but they didn't need to use a bone graft apparently. So it went down to 5.5, which was great, fantastic. I went into post-op to the anesthesia room. I think I woke up maybe 10. I don't really know when I woke up. Apparently though, I posed for pictures. I was happy. I cried. I kicked somebody out. I don't remember any of that. But I have the picture of when I woke up from anesthesia that I posed for my best friend took. So then, I was there. My surgery ended around 6. I didn't get a room till like midnight. They were a little overcrowded, and my father works at the hospital that I had surgery in, so they really wanted me to go into this like the neurosurgery room, which were nicer rooms and stuff. So I did have to wait a little longer for that in my post anesthesia room. I had probably 5 hours after waking up. I was eating a pastelito because we're in Miami, so I was eating a pastelito and everything, like I was good. My nurses were absolutely fantastic in the post anesthesia room. Then after I got my room, they're like, we need you to use the bathroom because they took out your drain. I was like, huh? What do you mean? I have to walk? Terrified. So they picked me up the first time to walk, to go to the bathroom, and I could not get up off of the bed. I sat down on the bed and threw up. So I got really dizzy. I really didn't feel good. So they laid me back down, and my drain on my back, because I had a drain, I completely popped that open, so they needed to change my sheets, my robe, my everything. So whatever, they did that. And then about 4 hours later, I was like, okay, now I'm gonna pee. This time, I was able to get off of the bed and walk to the bathroom. And then I couldn't. Like, I was like, I need to go lay down. Like, I don't feel good. So when I lay down again. And then, probably 2 hours after that, I finally went to the bathroom and peed. So thank God. It was really scary walking. Like, extremely, extremely scary. I was like, I'm gonna fall. Like, it was terrifying. It is a really terrifying experience the first time after you walk, because you've been laying down for so many hours, which was something that they kind of broke in my ERAS protocol, but it was fine. You were supposed to get up 2 hours after surgery and walk, but I couldn't because I was in post anesthesia. I really couldn't move. So, but anyways, I walked. I also did not have a morphine pump, and I was not on any strong painkillers. I was on Gabapentin and something else, a muscle relaxant. Yeah, I was never on any heavy drugs, just a muscle relaxant and a painkiller, but like a very small dose of painkillers. And it was like, I think the Gabapentin if I'm not wrong. I think that's a painkiller, but I know for sure on Gabapentin. I really don't have. But I was never on any. That was pain medication that I was on. It was Gabapentin and Neurontin. I guess they're about the same thing. Not sure, but I think so. So I was on those every few hours, and that really just controlled my pain. Like, I was in never any amount of crazy pain. But now I will tell you, when my muscle relaxants, my dosage would come close, I would start feeling horrible, moody. I was extremely moody my whole hospital stay. I was only supposed to be in the hospital for about 2 days. I ended up being there for the 29th. I need my calendar because apparently I was not prepared to film this. I was in the hospital. I was there the 30th. I think I was there for 4 days. I left on the 2nd. So I was there for 4 days, not counting the 29th. And yeah, so I was there, and it was going to be a 2-day stay, but I started throwing up. So they were like, we're not sending you home because you're throwing up for some reason. We don't know why, because you're holding food down, but every time you try to walk, you throw up. So the first day I barely walked. The 30th I barely walked. But I walked some. My uncle pushed me to walk from the bathroom to the bed. That was literally my commute. My surgeon came in that day, asked me, hey, you want to go home? I was like, no. So I didn't go home on the 30th because obviously that was not smart to send me home because I wasn't walking. And my appetite was on the floor. So then the 31st, I believe, came around. If May has 31 days, I believe so. Yeah. 31st comes around, and I'm finally walking a little more from the couch in the room to the door of the room. So like just kind of doing laps around the room. Again, still very moody, still very tired. Something I vividly remember about that is I was just extremely tired. So that happens. You will get tired, I promise. Sorry. So then after that, I've been talking a lot in this video. So then after that, the next day comes around. My surgeon also walked in and saw the ugly brace they had given me before surgery. And she's like, that thing is horrendous. That's from like the 1920s. I'm ordering you a new brace. She got me this brace, and it's amazing. I love it. It really supports my back. So then 4 days come around. They finally discharged me out of the hospital. I was walking already in the hallways. I was great. I felt great. Just on my... But the big issue I had is I hadn't had any bowel movements. So my tip before surgery: drink laxatives. There's this brand of laxatives called Prumlax. Amazing. I'll get into that. So I'm home. The first day I was home, I felt miserable. Not the day I got discharged, so like the next day after I'm home. So it'd be my second day home, sort of, kind of. Like my first full day home, which was the 2nd of June. No, the 3rd. So the 3rd, once I finally got home, I felt horrendous. Like horrible. Didn't feel good. Everything, I don't know if it was just my emotions, having everything having to deal with me. I couldn't even get off of my bed. But I also have to think that I had to go into play that I hadn't gone to the restroom yet to do number 2. I hadn't had any bowel movements. So maybe that played into it, because after I had my first bowel movement, about 5 days post-op, it felt really good. I also had a bath. That first bath was like amazing. Even though it was scary, it was amazing. So I had my first bath. Not first shower, because you can't soak your incision. So yeah, so everything was great. Then I also, that day was just sad. Now when I had my first bowel movement, I had drank 4 laxatives before I had my first bowel movement. So imagine, I threw up, I went to the bathroom. But after I let go of all of that, I felt 20 times better. That's why I say to all of my not yet fused friends, go have laxatives before surgery. I didn't follow that tip. I wish I would have. So yeah. So now, slowly but surely, little by little, doing more, feeling better. I'm in no pain now. I'm 2 months post-op and a few days. I feel better. I don't have that annoying pain I had before surgery. So I think surgery was a success for me. We still don't know if I have bone growth. I get my x-ray in 2 weeks to my new x-ray, my new test, and hopefully I'll be cleared to go back to work. If there's bone growth, I gotta take off my back brace. So please send your prayers my way to hopefully have bone growth. My surgeon believes we do because I haven't had any pain. I've been able to move, you know, all of that. Now my tips before surgery. You've heard my whole story. Now here are my tips. Toilet seat razor, get one for sure. Best thing ever. You don't have to bend as low to the toilet if you have low toilets at home. So just you get one. Chopstick, please bring chopstick. It helps. Your lips are gonna be extremely dry after surgery. Chopstick, 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 chopstick. Support system. Have a support system if you can. If you have family here where you're having your surgery, really, and friends, they're so needed at this time in your life. They make you feel a lot better. I also suggest, I made a list. Bring little foods that you like. Like I had chocolate in my bag at the hospital, and it like when I just needed something to like make me feel cozy or something, I had that. Be positive. That's a huge tip for this surgery, and I think it's helped me a lot. Be positive. Surround yourself with positive people. Again, I'm going to talk about my support group. That group has been amazing. They are so amazing. If I ever have a question, I can always lean on them. They're people who know, who've gone through this, who are about to go through this, and it's a place of positivity and a place where people honestly want to help you. So if you are going to have this surgery, let me know down below, and I'll send you the information about the support group I'm in. Maybe you qualify to get in. Our admins are amazing people. We have amazing people in that group. We help one another out. Like, it's fantabulous. Also, baby wipes. Instead of the toilet paper, baby wipes helped me better. Important papers. Make sure you have your paperwork with you when you go to the hospital. Copies of everything. Laxatives, toilet seat razor. If you are not going to have anybody home with you, get something to grab, a grabber. They help a lot. I didn't need them because I always had someone with me at home. The first 2 days at home, I suggest you have someone that sleeps with you in your room. If they can, your husband, your mom, somebody like that, it helps. I had my grandma with me. Also, I took my blanket to the hospital with me. It just made me feel like a little bit of home. It helps you, you know, just to like have that homey feeling. Also, follow your instructions. I cannot stress that enough. Follow your instructions. The surgery can be extremely successful if you follow those instructions. I followed everything to a T that my surgeon has told me. I haven't bended, I haven't lifted, I haven't twisted. Maybe a little twist in bed here and there. Log rolls. Learn how to do your log rolls before surgery, girl. Important. If you don't know how to do log rolls, look it up on YouTube. There's a billion videos about that. But I just wanted to like do this video to like, you know, let you guys know that it's not a scary surgery. I mean, let me rephrase that. It is a scary surgery, but there is positive outcomes, and I like to say I'm a positive outcome of what the surgery can be. I feel 10 times better than I did before. Yeah, maybe one day you'll have pain. You're never gonna have a normal spine again. You're not. It's not gonna happen. But, you know, it's a good surgery. I recommend it, honestly. And also, have a good surgeon. Don't just go to the Mickey Mouse surgeon in the corner. Like, find a good surgeon that honestly knows what they're doing, because this is your life. This is your spine at risk. I also didn't have the paralysis fear going in, because I was not even worst case scenario, because they weren't messing with my spinal cord, which was great. But if you do have a higher hub surgery, you know, do your research. I knew that I can lose bladder functions. I knew I can lose mobility. I knew I could possibly lose feeling in my legs, but I didn't, you know, because I went in with a positive mindset. I prayed, you know, pray to whoever you believe in. Do your research. But this is my story. I say, you know, I had a great positive experience with it. I hope you do too. If you do have any questions that I could possibly answer for you, you know, just send me a message on any of my social medias. I'll also link my Facebook down below so you can send me a message, or just send me a message on YouTube easily. I think Instagram is probably the best place for you to reach me, so I'll leave my IG down below.